Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dan here, and I'm joined with Gumi. How are you doing today, Gumi?
Doing pretty good. Excited to see this semifinals match today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you mentioned, we've got a semifinals match in Superior for the GLDL between Toxic and Ryan. So, Gumi, as another player who's in Superior, what do you think of as the keys to this matchup, and what do you think about the six that each of them have brought?
Yeah, I'll say the six off the bat seem pretty standard, except for I guess Brian's is pretty interesting. But I think Arachnid is kind of the thing for Ryan, right? Obviously Arachnid is 4 of 6 of Toxic's monsters super effectively, and it can also lower like Reggie Grigo's special attack, which is really key. So Arachnid's kind of the mon that I'm like, probably the key to this
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I think Mimikyu has to be there too because it can run so many different sets that's really tough to prep for. But from Toxic's end, I'm surprised to see that his team, which has the best Tailwind setter in the format, it looks like he's running a Trick Room heavy team, and in fact he is going to be leading Trick Room this match in Game 1. So what do you think about this lead matchup?
Yeah, this is interesting. I feel like if I'm in Thomas, I think that Mimikyu might have some trick room thing, right? Try to stop it. So I may be cautious about setting trick room turn 1, but I also don't necessarily know what Spiritom's gonna do because there's a lot of weird Spiritomb sets that are around, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like that Mimikyu does not, in fact, have Trick Room on it. With that being said, who do you think is more advantaged if Trick Room goes up in this set overall? Because I think with the Arachnid, it has to be Ryan, because Toxic's Trick Room sweepers are Slowbro and a Marowak, which are both weak to Arachnid. We do see a Sleep Powder lead from this Tangela, and then we just get a little bit of chick damage on the Slowbro. That actually does a surprising amount. But Trick Room does go up.
I mean, with that Tingla on the field, right, you would think Marowak can do a good amount, especially because it does get rock and electric type moves to hit Arachnid super effectively. If this Tingla is like this death bulky, then maybe Arachnid doesn't even OHKO with like a max Flutterby, right? So, I think it really depends on Tingla, I think, for when it comes to Trick Room.
Yeah, definitely. This is a very, I don't know if intriguing is the right word, but it's a very interesting lead matchup, even under Trick Room. So we just see both sides chipping the other down with, decent attacks, but they're 3-hit KOs, even with the crit.
Yeah.
And then Mimikyu gets knocked off. So, if I was remembering correctly, this Mimikyu actually... I wasn't paying attention. What item did it say was knocked off?
Life Orb.
Life Orb, okay. Yeah, I mean, that'll hurt with some of the damage rolls, but... If Ryan thinks he's going to be advantaged outside of Trick Room, this lead is not offensive enough for Toxic without making a hard switch. And a hard switch into Marowak is scary in front of a Mimikyu because unless you can kill it, Mimikyu almost always has Will-O-Wisp on it. But we see the Will-O-Wisp on the Spiritomb though, actually. And it's just a straight offensive Mimikyu.
Yeah, as I said, I think the thing is really like Tingler. If you can get like a safe, like slower good attack, if you can get that switch into Marowak, then maybe with Tingler as a lead, you can actually get a lot out.
I'm not sure if taking down Slowbro was the right play there, actually, if I'm being honest. Because now he gets a free switch into that Marowak. I know it's not going to be the best. Oh, and we see safety goggles on the Spiritomb, which has the Will-O-Wisp. So that's going to be big for him if this Marowak targets into the Mimikyu.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
And you think it always targets Mimikyu here, right?
I think so. I think like if you have a Steel Spike or even just Quake, I think you will always start Mimikyu here, yeah. Especially knowing it is offensive, right? And knowing that Mimikyu does get Wood Hammer and stuff like that, I don't think you really want to take that much damage from something like a Mimikyu.
Yeah, if this Well, okay, so here's an argument against it. You could Rage Powder away the Mimikyu into a physically defensive Tangela that eats all of those hits. But you don't. If you thought you were going to underspeed that Spiritomb, you don't want to get burned. But if you're going to be burned, it doesn't matter either way, I guess. Oh, and the miss is unfortunate, but he does get the sleep off.
Yeah.
I'd say Ryan has successfully stalled Trick Room turns, if that's what he was going for.
Yeah, I'm not sure I really agree with the last two plays that Toxic has made. We know that Tangela does have that knockoff, so I don't know why teams didn't like knock off Spiritomb just in case of a safety goggle, or protect Marowak and then knock off. Not really sure what Toxic is exactly thinking there, just going for Mimikyu and Spiritomb like that.
Yeah, if that Marowak had Protect, I think Protect was absolutely the correct play there and knock off the safety goggles, but I do actually have access to Toxic's Paste. Let me take a look and see if that Marowak does have Protect. It does, so I do agree that a Protect and knockoff was the right play there, and then follow that with a Rage Powder and an attack. But now I think Ryan's just got to be a huge favorite at this point in the match. Although the Cinderace in the back after Trick Room, it's kind of scary. It's going to max here, and it's going to kill something. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like you always max, I think, right? Or
maybe he's saving it one more turn because he thinks he can Rage Powder away everything. Man, if he attacked into the Mimikyu, I know Icy Wind is going to be effective because slowing the Cinderace is going to be important, but I would have loved to see him click Will-O-Wisp into that slot.
yeah.
But I can't disagree with this play, especially knowing what he has in the back, because now the Latios should absolutely outspeed the Cinderace, and even if it doesn't... actually, no, the Latios will outspeed the Cinderace, and then this Araquanid is just going to chunk something. But Will-O-Wisp into the Cinderace seems right here. Maybe Icy Wind if you expect him to max Airstream, but if he max Airstreams and you burn it, you just win the game. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you stall out the Cinderace's max, even though it hasn't started it yet, you do stall it out and just win late game with Latios.
Yeah, and especially considering that we know Latios has weakness policy, if he gets a burn there, then any Sucker Punch or Dark type move that he might have will successfully activate that weakness policy, and he won't be taking too much damage from it. So yeah, 100%. If he gets this Will-O-Wisp off here, it's definitely game.
So Toxic's win con at this position, from my point of view, is launching a max Airstream into the Spiritomb, right? Like, maybe you Rage Powder and max Airstream? I think Rage Powder max Airstream is actually the play. Let's see if he goes into the Spiritomb. Because if he does this, then suddenly he's got the speed advantage again. Let's see if it goes into the Spiritomb. It does not. Okay. That into the Spiritomb was his play. Into the Araquanid, then he loses to this Will-O-Wisp connecting. That was like 3/4 of an amazing play. Oh, you're right, you're right. Okay, so he's still got, I think he's still got a decent shot here. Icy Wind was probably the play there, now that I'm thinking about that. If I'd remembered safety goggles have been knocked off, he's got an Icy Wind, and I don't know, I suddenly don't like his spot as much.
Yeah. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, I guess the main thing is, like, if you can stall out Cinderace max, then I think maybe with, like, a Wormwing into Tingler, you might be able to OHKO it after some of that, after some chip.
Yeah, but Araquanid just goes down here.
Okay, let's see this.
I think if you went for the Leech Life last turn into Tangela, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's at +1 right now. It'll go back to neutral. And Neutral Cinderace is still going to outspeed Latios because I believe that's 119 compared to 110 base speeds.
Yeah.
Assuming both are max speed. But then again, we don't know that both are max speed. Actually, I do know that this Cinderace is not max speed, and it's actually not even 252 adamant. So this Latios can be built to outspeed the Cinderace. Let's see. Let me check Orion's pace as well, because actually we're about to see it on the screen. It doesn't really matter, but the Latios has the potential to outspeed the Cinderace, but it will not. Neither of them built anything close to max speed. They both build very bulky options.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. It really depends. So we saw the max guard in Latios. So if Toxic decides to go for a darkness into Latios, then I think like a Wormling might be able to always get the rest of the HP on, and then you may be able to live like 2 sucker punches after a -1 drop, especially because we know this Latios is
Bulky.
So we see the Rage Powder.
Mm-hmm.
Flutterby.
Ooh, I do like Flutterby.
Into Latios. If he had done that into Spiritomb, that might be game.
Okay, I don't know if you can ever make that call though. Like
That's fair.
Flutterby into Spiritomb there when you know that the Spiritomb can do nothing to you.
Yeah, it'd have to be fun.
Although, did that just drop it to -1 speed? Because he didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Now
So
that -1 speed.
this Wormwind will get redirected, but it will drop the Cinderace to +1 or to -1, and I don't know. I don't think Cinderace is anything at -1 that 2-hit KOs a max Latios.
Yeah. I don't know, I think Flutterby had to have been the play there. Into Spiritomb. I mean, it was a tough call to make, right?
Yeah.
And I don't blame Toxic for not making it, but yeah, I think this is Ryan's now.
Yeah. You just feel real dumb if the Latios launches a Wormwind into the Tangela that turn, though. Yeah, but that -1 is huge. He does reveal the weakness policy, but U-turn being revealed is a pretty big deal as well.
Yeah.
And Ryan should just be cleaning up game 1. If this is anything like what the rest of the set's going to look like, I am very excited to see it. But what adjustments would you be making if you're Toxic going into game 2?
I mean, not so. I think that's pretty much it. If you can get rid of that Mimikyu, we saw that Cinderace Tangela could do a lot in the right position. So, if I'm Toxic, it's about whittling down that Mimikyu, trying to get that Spiritomb to not do as much disruption as it's in the middle of the match, and trying to get something like Cinderace or Regidrago in the right position to just win the game.
Yeah, I consider leading something like Tornadus Tangela here, and bringing Cinderace and Drago in the back, and then just using that to whittle away the Mimikyu leads, because you're going to be able to protect the Tornadus with the Rage Powder. And Ryan doesn't really have anything that wants to hit Tangela. And then
Yeah, for sure.
Tornadus, the Spiritomb I guess could burn it, but if it's a special variant it doesn't matter, or it could slow it, but then you're risking if it's a Defiant variant.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that this Tornadus is Prankster. I feel like that's the way to go, especially with able to like Taunt and Tailwind to get up, but yeah, I don't know. It could be.
He did run Defiant Tornadus quite a lot this season. Let's see, what is going to be this Tornadus set? So it is going to be a Prankster set, a very fast one with Air Slash, Dark Pulse, Taunt, and Leer. It does not have Tailwind.
That's interesting. Doesn't have Ice in the weather.
No, it does not.
Ooh, okay.
But Leer I kind of like, because if you can Leer something next to a Cinderace,
Yeah.
you're gonna be picking up some KOs.
I'm guessing maybe does a -1 Clefable drop to a max steel spike from Cinderace even with Babiri? Because that would be interesting.
It might. If that's the case, that is a huge play on Toxic's end. I think we might find out. I think we are about to find out. Although I really don't want to take a burn here if I'm Ryan, or if I'm Toxic. I really don't want to take a burn here on this Cinderace. I might just go with a max fire attack to prevent myself from getting burned.
Yeah, that's what I would think too. Go for like a Leer max fireball, and that might even yeah, that might even KO.
Well, it would do more damage than a max steel spike.
Yeah, with Babiri.
Yeah, if there's a Babiri, because you get this stab bonus from it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get the stab bonus from steel spike too, but
Oh, right.
Max fireball has more damage because it's the G max.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I hate Cinderace. Everything is stab. It's very good. Okay. Taunt.
Do you see the taunt? Yeah.
Tangela is burned. We've got a lot of potentially decent gameplay to come here. Like, now they can really just play the game against one another. There's not a huge advantage one way or the other this game.
Yeah. I think what's interesting is that safeguard on Clefable, because sleep can be incredibly disruptive if you just get to win to sleep. So I think that safeguard on Clefable is a really, really interesting move. Although now we have...
Yeah, it also doesn't have an attacking move. So it has to switch out, and then there goes the safety goggles, which is absolutely huge. And he thought he might have been running the physical Tornadus again. That's a great turn for Toxic.
Yeah, I was so good. And then after switch out Clefable, you could even Rage Powder switching Cinderace here.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, that is the freest switch in. He's got an Icy Wind. He can't go for the Will-O-Wisp into the Tornadus slot, even if he knows that it's coming. If he protects here, then he's going to be in for a world of hurt. Yeah, Icy Wind has to be the play.
Yeah, I think I would even... I don't know how fast that Mimikyu is, but I would even think about switching into Latios if you can get that Icy Wind.
Yeah, Latios might have been the better switch there if he's going to click Icy Wind. If he's going to click Protect, then Mimikyu is probably the better switch. But now we know it's a special variant. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I fully agree with that play, but I don't fully disagree with it. But revealing the Yachi Berry.
What does he have got?
Latios probably carries Ice Beam a lot in this matchup, because Thunderbolt is going to be redirected into Tangela, whereas Ice Beam hits both of them.
Yeah, fair point.
But I agree. I'm not sure if that's the best item on it. That's just the reason I could think for it.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting.
Yeah. He needed the Cinderace switch there. Although, just getting a knockoff into this Mimikyu isn't awful.
Yeah, because you get this guy's and life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is really setting up for Cinderace to just go in. Like,
Yeah, if I'm being... Go for it.
with how much he's whittling him down, I don't know if Brian can really stop Cinderace streak here.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a tall order. He has to catch the Cinderace on a switch in with the Icy Wind or with Will-O-Wisp. But to that end, he can't just let the Spiritomb go down, but he also can't let it stay in. Oh.
And he sleep powdered the Mimikyu slot.
Oh, the humanity. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal.
That was a really good play by Toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Like, there's a chance Mimikyu wakes up there 50-50, and then there's a chance he switches in. So I guess there's an above 50% chance that hits someone. Or that's at least targeting something it can hit. But man, that is brutal. And we do see the Ice Beam on the Latios. But now Spiritomb is just gonna go down here. And even if it does pick up a KO, that's... Yeah, even if it is able to just pick up a KO here, that's kind of free into Cinderace.
Now I guess
But
switching from Fable.
yeah, well here you can also just switch in Cinderace.
Yeah. Yeah, because now you don't have any other things to worry about.
Yeah. Or maybe you stall out even further and you just start clicking Leer. Until something dies. Like, maybe you preserve Tangela, switch it into Regidrago, let the Drago go down, and click Leer.
Yeah, that's honestly not a horrible play here.
And then, yeah, you try to let a double KO happen, and then get Tangela next to Cinderace late game. But in a more advantageous position where you can one-shot everything.
Yeah, I think I am a bit interested. Like, why Ryan went for a safeguard again, knowing that Tornadus had taunts. I would think you protect here, trying to stall from Latios.
I mean, it looks like that might be happening for him anyway, which is... you went for the sleep powder again.
The madman, dude.
No mercy. He's got to switch out that Clefable again. Do a sleeping Mimikyu. If you're gonna put in Cinderace, now is the time. I think Toxic is being a little too conservative with these switches. I think a switch into Cinderace there is warranted because now you just lose the Tangela.
Okay. But now you just get free.
Yeah. But you've also triggered weakness policy. I guess that's fine because okay, no, let's game theory out what's going to happen here. We're going to get a max U-turn into a Latios that max guards while the Mimikyu switches into Clefable, right? Like that happens 100% this turn. So next turn, that lets Clefable get off one Follow Me, which redirects one attack from Cinderace, while Tornadus taunts it afterwards, then it becomes pretty useless. So Latios will be able to get off one attack into this Cinderace.
Yeah, I'm thinking... Okay, we don't see a max in Toxic.
Okay, I'm not sure I agree with that at all. I mean... What I was just saying is probably what's about to happen, but he might have expected it as well, but
You Iron Head into the Mimikyu slot, which is now Clefable.
yep.
U-turns.
Okay, so he just U-turns that slot. Okay, same difference except he preserves a turn of max. I can get behind that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you just...
You don't even... Yeah, you don't even, Wait. Does Latios just kill the Cinderace here? Do you max guard Cinderace and Leer? Or Air Slash?
Or if he has, like, if he has Iron Head, Draco Meteor won't do that.
Yeah, you're right. It probably needs to. Even at +2, he probably needs to go for an Iron Head here.
Yeah. He's not...
If he's not maxing? Is he going for like late game max Reggie Drago? I don't agree with that play at all. Okay. I get okay. He does get out. Okay, so Reggie Drago goes down. Okay, if he's just U-turning, I guess that's fine to stall another turn of max and not go -1. But he also didn't pick up the KO, which he kind of needed to do there.
Although, but he probably knows at this point that Ryan doesn't have any attacking moves. So with taunting, now he can like.
Yeah, that actually might have been a really good play. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not especially.
Because now he can.
Yeah. Now you're free.
Yeah, or just max Flutterby because he can't follow me.
Yeah.
Ryan needs to go for what, a double protect here, a double switch or a switch into Mimikyu, a max guard, and then a switch back into Clefable and a protect, and that's his play.
I think so.
That doesn't feel great because then you're even taking some chip damage through that protect, and it's pretty easy to see through it as well.
And finally, toxic maxes.
Okay, I'm not sure I fully agree with how late this maxes, but I completely understand it, and I don't fully disagree with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think he could have finished this game a lot quicker, a lot easier.
Yeah. I still think he wins it, but it's not like... Yeah, okay, now he just cleans up. What do you think went wrong for Ryan in this game?
I mean, I honestly think he basically preserved everything he needed to except Spiritomb. And had he preserved Spiritomb, I think he might have been able to do a little bit more.
Can't believe this Tornadus is going to die to like only burn and icy wind damage. Spiritomb 100% picked up this kill.
Yeah.
Tornadus.
Yeah, I mean, now you can always look like you're back.
Yeah. He is Steel Spike Taunt.
Yeah.
Mimikyu's only hitting on the physical side, and +2 defense Cinderace isn't the bulkiest thing in the world, but it's also not the least bulky thing in the world.
Do you guys think it's reaching to see that?
I don't think it mattered.
I mean, if he... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Because he did protect here. So, like, the Steel Spike he didn't pick up. I mean, yeah, maybe he could crit. But you're right. Other than a crit, I don't think it matters.
It'll be a hell of a crit, too.
Yeah, I mean, because then you can...
Yep. Well, that is a KO for Spiritomb, so that's nice.
Spiritomb with KOs. So we are in a game 3 scenario.
Yes.
Nice to see. So okay, then I'll ask the question: if you're Ryan, what is the adjustment you make to win game 3?
I think preserving Spiritomb, as weird as it sounds, it's something he's definitely got to do. It's a weird safety mon to have preserve, but it is. I also think getting aggressive with the Latios is probably like aggression earlier with the Latios. Maybe if you lead it next to Spiritomb, you protect an Icy Wind to turn 1, and then you just max it turn 2 into literally anything. He obviously doesn't know that there is no Tailwind on that Tornadus yet. Like, you can't assume there's no Tailwind on Tornadus.
Yeah, for sure.
But after one Icy Wind, Latios outspeeds everything. Okay, I don't know if that's it.
Delibird. Yeah,
I
so
don't
we
I don't
have
know if
talked
that's
about
it.
Delibird. What's your thoughts on bringing Delibird to semifinals?
You know, there's a world where it's the correct thing based on the build and what you expect your opponent to bring. But let's just break down this Delibird set for a little bit while they're getting set for this game. Fake Out,
Like,
Icy Wind, Ice Shard, Helping Hand, max speed.
max. Well, it's focus match, so I guess max
Yeah.
speed.
So it is a priority proc on the Latios. It is a faster Icy Wind, and it also has Fake Out. I mean,
Yeah.
it does a lot, I guess, to help facilitate his team, especially seeing how important the Icy Wind is here. If you gave me, like, Scarf Icy Wind Delibird here, that would be the biggest play. But it's not a bad follow. It's not a bad second option.
Yeah. I guess it's interesting for a game 3 scenario. I kinda see where Brian's going with it, you know. But definitely an interesting bring. I feel like the Ice Sword is kind of nice with Rigo because of the Dragon Energy. And then obviously you have the Ice Sword with the Boss Prop. Although I don't know, this probably one is your Ryan.
Yeah. You what? Protect an Icy Wind?
Especially in the Spirit Sim.
I mean, I protect an Icy Wind here, probably.
Yeah. I mean, you could go cheeky and just take out Max Mormon, but I'm not sure that's the play.
No, I don't think that's the play.
Toxic Max
Okay.
is turn 1.
He heeded our advice retroactively. Fantastic. But I don't know if that's the play either. Because if this thing goes to -1, I mean, because the Delibird survives.
You know what would be funny if this was a counter Delibird? And
That would not be, no,
brought
absolutely
it
not.
to that, and with counter and super effective, oh code, skill spikes into it.
Most certainly would not.
That would be fun. I remember. I feel like Stocky or one of the guys that play with in BDL brought that once. I think they brought it in MVC actually. The counter Delibird.
Yeah, their team was the Delibird team, so that makes sense. Okay, so Ryan's just in a really good position, right?
Yeah, it's really just that like you can always stall max from this point.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, you're fine.
Did he just click Helping Hand Icy Wind? Okay, I don't like
You're right.
that at all.
I feel like you ice them, right? To do damage. Boys.
Probably, yeah.
I don't agree with that way. I mean, don't you? He wins here. He's close.
Well, okay, if you're reading a Protect and then you think you're going to get Air Slashed, then you definitely want, like, if he read the Max Guard Air Slash play, then that's correct.
Okay.
Credit. But now it's -2 speed, so
Well,
I don't know.
So.
Yeah. I was gonna say Max Latios, but I think Max Mimikyu is now faster too. Yeah, -1 still. And the whole set on the Tornadus has been revealed at this point.
I feel like you do Icy Wind with Spearsman at this point. You probably always Fireball Mimikyu, right? Because it ignores the scouts. Leer
Yeah,
Fireball.
I think he's playing a little too defensively right now. I mean, he has completely stalled the max, but I don't know if he's put himself in a good enough position.
Okay, so let's see if there's Cinderace's Pyro. Because if he did, you always Leer Fireball it. Like you always.
Well, you don't Leer because it doesn't affect ghost types.
It doesn't affect dark types.
It doesn't affect dark types. Well, Leer is a normal type move. Doesn't it have to?
Oh.
I have no idea. Does it target normal types?
That's. I didn't think about that. I was only thinking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Leer works into Mimikyu there.
Okay. Yeah.
That's beyond the scope of my research. Cinderace does have Powerball. Yep.
So maybe you didn't think Leer in that case.
Yeah, and you just try to break it with Dark Pulse.
Yeah, but then you still like which
Yeah.
I guess I.
I like that he's clicking Dark Pulse to break this guy's instead of the Air Slash. Just minor optimization. But I don't know. I don't think so, unless he can kill this Mimikyu.
Well, okay, so now you can switch to Draco, Cinderace. Now Cinderace is at normal speed. You can just Iron Head Mimikyu and you can like, I guess you Dragon.
It is Scarf. Okay, but you just protect with the Latios and play rough it.
Yeah, but if you Iron Head with Cinderace,
I mean, late game.
I think if Toxic has Draco in the back, because all you have to do is Iron Head and you're good, and you just have to hope that a max only
Okay.
Still
But Mimikyu protect.
okay, so I mean, at that point, Draco a max. Awesome.
It might. I think Dragon Energy, if it's single target, does more.
Yeah. But if it's double target, it's less. So that's why you need to get okay, this is also depends on what the Smilax does.
Yeah, this is quite the set. This is quite the set.
Detected.
Okay.
Uh,
Nope. Okay, that was not the play.
because if he worm wins into the Cinderace slot,
I mean, okay, wait, hear me out.
wait.
It is a 2-hit KO.
Okay, so if he reads, yes.
Oh, he doesn't have Regidrago. Okay. Okay, without Regidrago, that's definitely the play.
Okay.
Did Slowbro just survive that?
Is Slowbro Sash?
A crit? Okay. Okay. Is Slowbro a god?
Okay, you lose because Slowbro Sash. Can you just lose because Slowbro Sash?
Yes. Yes, he loses because Slowbro's Sash, because if you have Cinderace, you got some mind games, but without it, it's just a double KO here, and then you've got a 2v1 against Cinderace where both things can KO you. So he loses 1-0 because the Slowbro is Sash, you are correct.
Unless he
Unless he what? Like,
Yeah, nah.
There's no way Toxic wins this now unless Mimikyu misses.
Or I guess it's spot. If you go Iron Head, wait, no.
No, it's a +2 Latios, yeah. You have to keep. Yeah, it has one more turn of max and it's +2. You have to target the Latios. Mimikyu kills you.
Yeah. Yeah, because Typhloid always hits.
It's 100% accurate. It doesn't always hit.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. I like Toxic's play here. Even though he loses, I like his play because he played for Ryan protecting.
Yeah. He played for the most part.
Yes. That was playing to the outs. I like that play even though he didn't win. But congratulations to Ryan, who will be going to the finals. It is going to be a very fun finals matchup. Yeah. But I thought that was a very well played set from both of them. Any closing words?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Toxic had a good season, right? Obviously, he finished second seed, and I think that was definitely a nice number. Probably one of my new favorites of the season, to be honest. That was Spirit Team was really cool, and Saint Scully Bird against Mac. I don't know. This might be one of my new favorites.
Yeah, I thought it went pretty well. But with that being said, I'm going to be signing off, and I will be seeing you guys next time with another match. Bye.
See you guys back.